Hello YouTube! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amethyst from Amethyst Creations, and here today I have bought two new tarot decks for my usage, and I thought I might as well show them on the channel because these are actually very interesting looking, and I thought, some people want to have a sneak peek into tarot decks. Why not? So I'm thinking about making this kind of like a two-parter because otherwise the videos might be a little bit long. So I'm going to start off with the Transparent Tarot and then move on to the Dreamkeeper's Tarot in probably another episode. A little bit down the line. In all honesty, probably the next one, like the next episode, because I'm really wanting to open these. As you can see, they are still in their wrapping. So I'm just going to go ahead and open these up. That sounded like a zipper. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and do this. I really like this box. This box is really interesting looking. Alright. The Transparent Tarot is a fascinating exploration of a way that cards can blend together, consistently creating new meaning. Every combination produces fresh images and new mysteries. Alright. This deck is a loving, helpful friend. It feels alive and reactive. Okay, so these are just like little, what are they called? Promotional things? People's thoughts on this deck. Am I opening this funny? Yes, I am. I'm trying to open it from the side thinking it slides out. No, it just opens like this. Alright. There we go. Ooh. I like this transparency thingy. I'm gonna keep that for junk journaling. That will appear some other time. Alright. I'm gonna flip it. Oh, they are clear. I didn't know. Ah. I will be honest, I thought these were gonna be solid, but they're clear. Alright. That's a nice thick book, too. I actually got this for like two reasons. I was actually gonna try modifying them, too, a little bit, because there's so many open spaces to add on extra details that might, influence me or any ideas about these decks I think could just be added on as another layer. But since they're clear, that might be a little bit more difficult, but still fun. Oh, look at this. I thought this was a packy, but it's meant to wrap the cards in. Nice and shiny. Very pretty. Just gonna put that back. That was a terrible fold, but whatever. Alright. Can I just slide these off? Yeah, I'm just gonna slide this off. This is really neat. This will be my first transparent deck. Which would explain why the Transparent Tarot. Sometimes, I don't know. Oh, this is neat. Okay, so they do feel like a pretty big tarot deck. I wouldn't say the biggest I've ever had. It's not as big as some Oracle decks I've had. But it is pretty wide for like shuffling with this, which is how I typically shuffle. Everybody's a little differently. I've seen people shuffle the like long way, which is totally possible. I have big hands though, so this way's fine. This was really neat though. I like this. Let's pull one. I'm hoping you guys can see this. That explains why this is white. There we go. Let's not get this in the candle though. That'd be good. Yeah, I'll unfold it a little bit more. That's a little too loose. There. That works. Candle safety, people. Candle safety. Ah, that line bothers me. Okay. I should fold it down low. Let's do it that way. Should have done that the first time. Alright. Moving this back into the focus. This is... Oh, look at that. I think this is supposed to be strength. Because I think that's a number 11, and I always remember the cat. So let's go ahead and pull this book out. I like the artwork on here, especially since it's transparent. It looks really neat. Ah! My bad! I'm just going to read this card, and then I'll just flip through the cards so you can kind of see what's going on with them. But I'm not going to read every single one of them, otherwise it's going to take a long time. A very long time. Oh, I'm just flipping through this. I really like the cards. Yeah, it is strength. Alright. It has been remarked that this card has many similarities to the meaning of the Chariot, since both cards deal with the subject of mastery of self, confidence, and exertion of willpower. However, the feel of this card, which follows closely with traditional symbolism of the maiden who has tamed the wild beast, normally a lion, seems far more gentle and spiritual compared to the dynamic nature of the Chariot. Although you cannot see the maiden's eyes in this card, you can sense an intimate contact between her soul and the panther's spirit. Oh, so it's a panther. Okay. Whereas the Chariot tends to signify control and victory over conflicting external elements, this far more feminine card is more likely to speak to the spiritual victory over conflicting elements and feelings within the self. Strength signifies one or the more important lessons on any spiritual path, and that is to know thyself. Okay. So there's a lot more to the meaning on here. There's a couple pages. Ah. So that's what I thought. You're supposed to layer the cards on top of each other. So the more cards you put on, you're actually supposed to layer it and eventually have it where you look at the image and it almost feels like you can, if you know the individual meanings of the cards, that's really nice, but also you can make it almost like an oracle card because there's so many meanings layered on top of each other. So like this, I have the Nine of Pentacles. And I'm going to choose something that's not a pentacle because why not? Ooh! Let's do this one. This one is... What is number 4? 4. I don't know. Somebody out there is going to be like, I know what 4 is. Tarot. I don't remember. The Emperor. Okay, I'm going to read this one because I'm very interested in the fact that the Emperor is represented literally by a cityscape. Like, that one's kind of interesting. Okay. While the Empress stands for the world of nature and nurturing instincts of the mother, the Emperor stands for the man-made world and the discipline of a father. A city's skyline seems far more removed than the traditional image of a throned emperor, scepter and orb in hand, wearing his fury red robe and armor, but as a symbol it communicates very much the same idea. It seems logical to juxtapose. Okay. Blah blah blah. I cannot talk, sorry. It seems logical to juxtapose the gentle landscape of the Empress with a constructed and imposing cityscape for her counterpart. The city is a place of rules, order, ambition, and structure, all areas ruled by the Emperor. Within the order lies a very different kind of beauty, but who isn't awed by the sight of an illuminated city at night? With the Emperor, there is a sense of directed creative energy, which is focused under one leader. Unlike the natural process of the Empress, this is a sort of creation that works to plan diagrams and deadlines. Diagrams and deadlines. It's kind of an odd sentence structure. Let me reread that. Unlike the natural process of the Empress, this is a sort of creation that works to plans, diagrams, and deadlines with the increased pressure and sense of urgency that this implies, but with impressive results. Not gonna lie, that's kind of an odd sentence. In this sense, the emperor can be seen as an architect for his own being. Okay, so it makes sense. They're talking about the Empress being a soft landscape. So let's see if I can find it. I did the shuffle, so. But then the Emperor being more of the logical side, where it's not just having nature do its own thing, but rather it's planned and built by intention and logic. Because nothing like not having a building being built correctly. That's terrifying. If you really think about it, wouldn't it be absolutely terrifying to live in a building where it was like not planned right? Like every step you take would be wobbling. Oh, that'd be terrifying. I think it's this one. Here we go. So this is the Empress. That's really pretty. Ooh, that is really pretty. Oh, my goodness. So yeah, totally lay this on top of each other. Ah. So I really like the concept of it being clear, and I really love the fact that you can layer these on top of each other. The only thing is I'm totally the person that likes to have no idea what I'm drawing. Like, none at all. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people like that, like me, where you just shuffle and you just draw it and that's it. You don't, like, I don't like being influenced in any way with the cards. So I feel like if I'm shuffling this, I would subconsciously be like, oh, I want this card on top, if that makes sense. And it's a very subconscious thing. I don't think people intentionally do that. It's very, like, innate. Because we want to have the answers that we're looking for. So in this case, I would be shuffling these blind. Like, I would have my eyes closed and I would be going like this and not look at them at all. And just wait for one of them to fall. Because that's how I shuffle. I don't know how you guys shuffle, like, if you're interested in tarot. If you shuffle and cut the deck. I do that sometimes, depending on what cards they are. But these ones I would definitely shuffle until they fall. Just so, you know. Okay. Ah. Let's see. Whoa, okay. Okay, that was not my intention, but I guess, you know, my spirit guides want to talk today. That's not my intention. Let's not do that. Actually, let's do a quick draw. For my viewers, what is coming for this upcoming week? Something that they should be mindful for this upcoming week. And I'm totally, like, I'm looking straight at my wall right now. I'm realizing that I need to organize my shelf there. Okay. What does my viewers need for this upcoming week? Okay. Need to know. Oh, there's a texture on here. Okay. That's a cool feel. I'm just feeling these cards and like, which way's up? Oh, there we go. Alright, I'm going to actually layer these to see if I can get a different message too. Let's see. That is so cool looking! Okay, the feeling that I'm getting for this next upcoming week, and please let me know if this is what you get, like, what's your interpretation of this card draw, or if what I say works for you guys, kind of thing. So I'm getting for this next week, for whoever is viewing this as of right now, there is a feeling of movement. So something in your life is moving on, like, continuing on. Like, there's a travel. Let's say travel. More like less of a physical movement and more like things in your life are moving forward for you. Okay. I think for a few of you guys, there's going to be like a bonding moment. So there's going to be some people that are coming together and working together for a common goal. But for others, I feel like it's more along the lines of an emotional moving forward. So something that you might have struggled with for like before this week is really just going to resolve itself, and you're going to be able to move on from that. There is a lot of creative energy I'm feeling, like a lot of newness. So maybe there's an idea or something that's really like influencing you as of right now that's going to really help push you forward wherever set goal that you have in mind. But I'm feeling for that group, that set of group where it's that new thing that's going to happen that is pushing you forward. I feel like it's more of like an idea than an actual like physical object. So it's a concept, business, not like a concept, an idea, maybe an artistic thing that I'm getting. That's going to help you push forward. That's the feeling that I'm getting. But, ooh, that's fun. I'm wondering, let me know in the comments below what you got from these cards. If you had any information for yourself kind of thing. But I'm really liking how this overlaps. Like, really. That is so much fun. And not to mention, especially when you do like card draws and then they're like a whole bunch of the cards. Like, I don't know if you guys do like the 12-month thing. I've done those for quite a few people where it's the whole year. And then sometimes you have more information on the whole year, but the whole like thing is like huge. It's like a big giant circle. It's 12 cards. And so you're like, I need more information on this specific month. And then you draw and it's like, oh my goodness. This would be so much easier. You could just stack it up. I can get more information, but it's all in one area. I love this. I love this so much. I don't think I'm gonna, like I said, I was planning to alter these, but I don't think I am. I think I'm just gonna leave them as is. Just because it's just so much fun. Look at that. Like, seriously, what in the world? I love it. Alright. So, this is the Transparent Tarot. I'm going to go ahead and just pull one at a time so you guys can see this awesomeness. Whoever designed this. Who designed this? Emily Carding. What an appropriate last name. I like it. Look at that. Oh, I love this. The sun. Over that. That's so pretty. Okay. And then we have these. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, we already saw the Emperor. The Empress. The 10? No, 9 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. And the Nine of Wands. Man. So here's a tip for anybody who's interested in getting tarot decks. Go by what your intuition is calling you for. Seriously, that's what I did for these two decks. I just went into Barnes & Nobles and I was just like, is there any decks that I need? Like, not really want. I've seen a lot of decks out there and everything, and I've noticed for me, in order to fit with being able to read them proficiently, I have to feel for it. That's just how I roll. Other people I know that are very more like, more in tuned in a different way to spirit, their ancestors, spirit guides, the universe, however you want to call it, will work differently. But for me, it's more like that pull towards a specific card deck. So that's my tip for you guys if you're interested, if you're like, should I get this or not? If you feel like you should have this deck, not because you want, like, not... I don't know how else to explain it. For me, it's a feeling of, this is right. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, it's a feeling that it's right. So that's the kind of thing. However you feel for it, though, however it works for you to connect with your intuition, work with that, and so you get the decks that work for you. Otherwise, you're just spending money on things that you're probably not going to really use proficiently or well. Like there's a little bit harder for them to be able to be read. So when I'm showing these decks, really what I'm trying to get at is if it calls for you, great, go get them. Now you know what they look like, kind of thing. But don't get them because somebody hasn't. I don't also put it like I'm not pushing you to get this deck. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, get it if you want to, but I'm just showing you what it is because I have not seen this deck before. And so there we go with that. I really like the scythe. That's cool. I'm very much an oracle card reader, so this is like really up my alley. This is like so much fun. Oh, look at that! It's a phoenix! What? Oh my goodness, I love this so much. You have a pentacle. What are you? Ace of Pentacle. Oh, I really like this card. That's so pretty. Okay. I am going to go through all of the meanings on this because the interpretation of these cards are a bit different than the traditional method. They still get the same general gist, but it's like slightly different. Oh, I really like this. I'm not gonna lie. I think of Harry Potter. It's a wand spewing out fire! Yes! Oh my goodness. And of course, you got the Two of Wands, so it's like Harry Potter and dueling. Yeah, okay. I went there. There we go. But I'm not gonna lie, like every time I see wands being implemented in a modern magical setting, I can't help but think of dueling wands. That's a thing. Ooh, this is cool. 21. Major Arcana. Is that like supposed to be... I don't think it's supposed to be the world. Is it the world? I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, no, it's the world. Okay. Cool means. That's the world. And... all the colors of visible spectrum are represented to show that all is connected and equal within the world. This circle is a symbol of unity, eternity, and completion. All qualities expressed by this card. Yeah. So by the way, I'm just reading like one sentence out of this whole like definition. Like it goes on. And as you can see, it can kind of tell you what it looks like when you layer them on. And this one, it looks like for all the images, they just use like 3 cards. No, this one's using 4. Oh, that's so cool looking. Like, come on. That's so neat. Ah, I love it. Alright. There we go. And continuing on. Ooh, that's so neat. Pretty sure that's supposed to be like the moon. 5. I'm gonna look up what 5 is. 5 is... oh, the Hierophant. Okay. Ah, Tree Wisdom. Yeah, okay, got it. Cool. Okay, here we go. Night. This queen looks badass. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Oh my goodness. So instead of the magician, it's 2 dragons. That's neat. Wait, so what's 2 then? What is 2? Magician and the High Priestess. That's right. Okay. That's so cool. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I can't say that enough. Ooh. Okay. I can't wait until I can do a reading with these guys. Oh, look at that. That's so neat. And this one we've already seen. This one is 2 cups. Oh my goodness. You guys, seriously. This deck is blowing my mind on how much possibilities is possible. Oh my goodness. So definitely when you do a reading, a light colored sheet. Also, I suggest kind of something with a little bit of a grip, just so sliding can be an issue. But I like this because I mentioned earlier, it has a texture. So it's smooth on the wrong side, but rough on the right side, I guess you could say, the part that's supposed to be up. So it grips a little bit to the card underneath, so it's not sliding so much. Also, it's easier to like pick up. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it. But yeah, let's see if there's anything else in here. I'll just flip through it real quick. Okay, let's start from the beginning. To all those who walk with me in the world and in spirit. That's nice. Okay. So, in typical fashion for tarot books, it's all the meanings of the cards. And this one is special because it has a extra little bit for what it means when they're kind of layered, I guess. Yeah. I guess if you have more experience for the cards, you can read them in reverse, but it doesn't look like it specifically has something in reverse. It has like a appear to negatively aspect within the reading. So it sounds like it's more along the lines of oh no, here's a reverse. Never mind, I was wrong. It's just a very small blurb when things are reversed. Which when I started reading tarot, it was actually one of the most frustrating things for me, is to read things in reverse. It's like, I didn't also start off with a easy card deck to read. I don't know if you guys have ever tried it, but I'll pull it out. But it's a Celestial deck, and it was the first one I've grabbed. And the guy warned me it's difficult to read, but I was like, I'm gonna get it anyways, and I got it. I'm like, okay. And it is literally this deck. I cannot read it like a tarot deck, where it has a specific standard meaning. I have story is more important than the meaning of the card. Like, you know, it'd be like a 10 of Wands or something like that. But the meaning, the story behind the cards would be almost completely different than the actual definition, like, which you would find on the internet. Or in a regular standard Rider Waite deck. Standard meaning kind of thing. So it was really interesting. And then trying to figure out what those cards were in reverse was like a nightmare. And so I'm just like, I can't, like, so some of those, like, some of my decks I do not do in reverse just because of things like that, where it's just so difficult to get the meaning behind it. So, but these ones, I feel like you possibly could read in reverse. It'd be interesting. Now I'm actually kind of curious to see what it would look like if it was reversed. Like, yeah, it's totally possible to read it in reverse. So fine. Yeah, no, that looks really neat. Alright, so yeah. I'll probably end up reading these in reverse too, eventually. But since it's a new deck, I'm just going to read it upright for first round. First few times. Alright, so onward towards the book. Talks about shuffling the cards. Okay. Yeah. So if you don't already have a set way of doing the shuffling, you can just do it however you want to, kind of thing. But this is really interesting. So this is a different spread, so a film strip, so you can just almost watch a story unfold, I guess. Oh, this is the north, south, east, and west, the corresponding directions. 3 position spread, overlapping. This is really neat. Like, yeah, this is really cool. So they're talking about different positions, and as you can tell, like, these are multiple cards in each position. So a triple layer Celtic cross spread. So you end up having a little bit more depth in your reading, if you want. Oh, and combining with other decks. Oh, that's so cool! Oh my god! So you can literally layer this on top of another deck. Oh my goodness! Ah! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay, I'm pulling out my Celestial deck. And so you guys can totally see what it would look like layered. I can't help myself. I have to do this. I have all my cards in a travel bag, so I kind of have to dig it out. There we go. And since it is my first deck, it is very beat up, but I still love it, regardless. So this is the Celestial deck, and this is what the cards look like. I absolutely love this deck, now that I've had it for like years. But yeah. So as you can see, like the Ten of Swords, for this one, the definition relies heavily on the influence of air, and the 4 directions of air, and the 3 signs that affect air. But doesn't really have much on the actual Ten of Swords definition. So this is what I mean when I'm looking at it, like the Prince of Swords. Like if you were to think of Prince of Swords as a definition of a card, great. But then there's actual backstory to this, like literal backstories, like different characters and what they did in Greek mythology. Like, I'm trying to see if the one off the top of my head. Oh my goodness, there's so many cards. So I'm really bad with names. I'm trying to pull up one that I remember the name of the character. That's what I get. This is like seriously the last card. Like here's one. Poseidon. It's the Hanged Man, but the whole story behind this is about Poseidon. So when I read this card, it's not, I don't really think about the Hanged Man in a different perspective or anything like that. I think about Poseidon and his story, and the fact that he's the king of the sea, and how that has affected, like, that story, if that makes sense. So it's usually related to, whenever I do a reading, it's related to somebody's, like, their story related to the character story sometimes. Not always, but it does happen. Alright, but I'm going to leave the Prince of Swords alone. Let's see. Let's do this. Oh, it's so neat. So my card's not nearly big enough. But now you can actually see the difference in card size. Like, this is a standard Rider-Waite Tarot size deck. Like, you can see the palm of my hand. Probably like around 2 inches by 4 inches kind of thing. So you can see the size difference. But yeah, no. Oh, that's so neat. Do another one. I'm totally gonna do that. I am totally gonna. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. Oh, guys. I'm so excited. So happy. Alright. So, I'm gonna be done with showcase this deck. But if you're interested in me doing a reading with this deck or a reading in general, I can start doing that. I don't do it very often, just on the fact of me not really doing it. No, not really. I usually do readings in person, so, but I'm totally up for trying to do recordings and seeing if it resonates with any of you guys. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in that, and I'll totally get on the ball. But thank you for watching, and joining me in looking through the Transparent Tarot deck by Emily Carding. So yeah, if you're interested, I did get this personally from Barnes & Nobles, but I'm pretty sure you can find it anywhere. Do be careful. This is $60, so it's worth it to pay for that. Just saying, because there's a lot of decks I know out there that are like less expensive, but they are forgeries. Like, they're fake. So do be careful if you find a deck that's like this and it's a little cheaper. Like, I would suggest buying it in person to make sure that it's real. If not, you can try going online, but don't go anything that's cheaper, like $20, because it's probably not this deck. It's probably just a ripoff. So, support the creator. Buy the actual deck if you have money and it calls to you. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one for the Dreamkeeper's Tarot by Liz Houston? I think it's Houston. So, thank you. I hope you have a great day. Bye.